Okay, I'm out here getting my sun gaze on. It's been the first time in maybe like a few days because the sun doesn't come out very often. This cold front's coming through and stuff, but man, it's good to be back at it. Probably do it for like an hour. Some days I like to get up to about 3 hours a day, and it's very awesome. So many health benefits. Sorry, I'm kind of getting into the whole zone, so it's kind of hard for me to focus on you guys and this at the same time. But I'll extend my leaves out, so to speak, just to kind of pull it in more. Kind of like the guy on Big Trouble in Little China, how he inhales and he just lets out that air, but he inhales the current and the energy from the earth, and it releases nothing but the negative energy. That's what I do if I want to absorb it really quick. Woo. And you can really feel it really big time in your crown chakra too when you do it like that. And then I will do like a lot of qigong experts. What they'll do is they'll stretch a lot of the limbs out to make sure they don't miss any of that current, because a lot of it gets locked into the fascia of the muscles and bones. So you kind of want to just stretch around, stretch out all that, and it gets it circulating more. My grounding shoes has about 300 pounds of pull on them, but the earth magnets, each one is about 37 pounds, and then I have about 5 or 6 of them on spread throughout it so it doesn't cause any accidents. But that gets the current coming straight up through the ground, that astral energy. Just remnants of it at a time. So what you're pretty much doing is just absorbing it until you can get so much that you can feel it in your cheeks and in your face. Within like 20 minutes, you get the whole Jesus Christ fiery heart thing where you can feel it tingling, or that lotus flower that a lot of Hindu people talk about. Or you can just stand and stare at it, speak your intent into it, because it's actually a conscious organism just like the earth is. I'm trying to get a quick charge because the sun is going down. Sometimes I'll just stare at it, but a lot of times I'll just want to do my breathing so I can pull in a lot at a time, because it's going to be gone soon and I'm not going to have to catch it in the morning. While I'm doing this, I'm engaging my core. And sometimes now I found out, I can feel it in my cheeks. I engage my core and it's actually loading there. It's going to shoot up to your heart, and that's why you get that fiery heart. It's because it's shooting up there and you have to hold it down in your core. Otherwise it'll shoot up and it'll make you feel like, if you're kind of new to us, if you go past 20, 30 minutes and you start feeling real tense and weird, it can make you feel like you're going to have like a heart attack, but it never happens. It's just like anxiety. But it shoots up into your heart, and then it's like, holy shit. And that's the whole fiery heart. But if you experience that, then you know that you're really absorbing it. And it usually happens within a good week of looking up into it, from 5 minutes up to 20 minutes. And the goal is to get up to 12 p.m. I like to try to look at it for up to 2 to 3 hours, as long as I can. And people will freak out and, oh my God, he's turning the sun, what an asshole. And, you know, just ignore them, man. People will laugh at you and shit. Just ignore them, man. You're not out here for them. And you can feel the current coming out of the ground at this point. Pretty much, you just feel around. It's kind of like you're messing around in like a light mayonnaise or something, like a putty, and you're just kind of scooping through it. And this will get thicker and thicker as I continue a non-stop regimen of this, because when you stop, it kind of goes away a little bit. But you want to kind of keep on staying at it, and it just builds on top of itself. The more you put it in my mouth. The more you do it, the more chi you build, or what they call electromagnetic fields you can harness and build up on. A copper-based diet, once again, will allow you to pass this chi so other people can feel it, and you can actually use it and harness it more and pass it the same way that copper and magnets work. Same way. It's going away. Shit. I'm gonna fucking go all the way up there and see if I can catch it on the end of the street. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and record some of this, because that old feeling, man, I just love it so much. Like, even after you're immediately after you're done, your crown chakra is just gonna go off, and you're just gonna feel so blessed by the Christ. Man, it feels good. You could just feel it raining down on your canal. And my shoes help out a lot too, because you just really want to absorb a lot of electromagnetism as much as you possibly can. Oh, I'm getting closer to the sun. Once you start and you get really sensitive to it, you can walk up and hug trees and shit, and you can feel them. I had a really crazy experience, man. I've never hugged an old tree before I started sungazing. And I got a bunch of copper. I scored a bunch of copper pots on Craigslist. And the women had this giant oak tree outside of their house, and I fucking gave it a hug, and you could feel it, dude. It was weird. Even as I got close to it, I could notice it had a presence about it. Absolutely incredible. Let's get to the sun. Whew, almost there. It's totally worth it. And I think I just stepped in shit, but copper is antimicrobial anyways. Anything that's on the bottom of this thing is not gonna cause any issues. Almost there. Gotta get to the end of the street. Son of a bitch, I didn't make it in time. But as you can see, the sun will have you running towards it once you start doing it, man. It's like a drug. Well, that concludes the sungazing lesson for the day. Sunglazing. You guys stay woke, stay active, and always keep up the fight against all the chemicals that try to keep you down and all of the programming and the indoctrination. Always fight against it. Look into the sun. Stay connected to the earth. Stay awake.